Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. Well, y'all caught me. Hey, Coffee, Loretta. Good morning, y'all. Y'all caught me going through my small library. I used to have a huge library before I went nomadic. Yep, before I went nomadic. Good morning, Dot. How are you, darling? Glad to see you. Yeah, everybody say hi to everybody. It's early. Get your coffee. I got my coffee in my Yeti cup. I'm doing instant because I've got cases and cases and cases of instant coffee. And I don't see no need to go to the grocery store since I've been prepping for ever and a day. Go through some of these preps. That's what they're for. Emergencies right now, especially during coffee time. Thank y'all for the thumbs up. I appreciate that. I truly do. You know, I wanted to talk to y'all about some stuff. 3 a.m. can't sleep, huh, Loretta? Well, Tomcat and I, we get up at 3 a.m. every day, Monday through Friday, because he has to be to work by 4. And we're the 3:30 club, the 3 a.m. club. But on the weekends, it's really hard not to get up at that time. So on the weekends when I sleep in, it might be 4 or 5 a.m. That's sleeping in for me. Isn't that some hoo-ha? Yeah, that's some hoo-ha to me. But I wanted to talk to y'all about some stuff. I did a video yesterday that said 6 missiles launched, right? Well, yeah, I put that clickbait on there for a specific reason. And I'm going to explain that whole video. Coffee said her sleeping in the next is like 6:30, and that's with coffee. But that video that I did, if y'all haven't watched it, I would suggest go and take a look at it. Now, it's got the emergency sirens on there, okay? So if that kind of stuff bothers your ears, just kind of work through it a little bit as much as you can. But this is the whole premise behind the idea, behind the video. It was a reminder to myself mostly that I cannot rest on my laurels when it comes to, people up there in D.C. and the puppet masters and all that kind of stuff. But what got me was that the first part of the video, okay, I'm going to explain it to y'all. The first part of the video was actual news footage from yesterday, talking about how, Ukraine is getting all this extra firepower from the United States and things of that nature, and then the response of Putin, okay? The first part of the video is that. The second part of the video, I went on to Google talking about emergency broadcast system because I wanted to find something, that was already pre-recorded and stuff. And I did, but that video was over 2 years ago, and it came off of a YouTube channel. It's just a channel that puts stuff out like that, nothing other than things of that nature, as far as the EAS and emergency alerts and stuff, right? Okay. Well, in that video, it gave some strategic information, the second part on the EAS. It's stated that once we get that all heads up, they're coming across the ocean, the rockets have flown, we just don't know where they're going to land. Once we get that initial notification, all you have is 15 minutes to get to where you're going to be at, okay? All right, so let's break this down just a little bit more. We're sitting at our house. We're all sitting in our houses right now. Look around. Within 15 minutes, let's say if we actually truly got one of those alerts, where would you go? What would you do? So that's just on like that, that nuclear detonation, that atomic attack stuff, right? Well, what if it was something else? 15 minutes. Tornado? Well, tornado, that's a little bit different scenario. 15 minutes is a long time. Even 2 minutes in a tornado is a long time. Do you have your stuff ready where you can grab it? Do you have what you need to protect yourself? Okay, so now I bought those pills. I call them pancreas protectors and stuff. Let's see what's going on with my chat. My chat's not moving. There we go. Let's see if I can get it to move now. Can y'all give me a 5x5? My chat's not moving. I can't see the chat. Okay, there we go. There we go. Okay. So what I've done in the past is this. For this kind of stuff right here, it's just real basic stuff. This is actually one of the few publications that the United States put out for the American people. Okay? We're not going to get too deep into stuff. We're talking about just some basic little things, some forethought. We're not trying to get all anxious and shoulda, coulda, wouldas and all that kind of stuff. We're just kind of refreshing our memories. I'm trying to see when this book was first published. It says 2014. And then we got a 1988. But anyway, a lot of this is from the Cold War. Okay, thank y'all for the 5x5. I think I paid like $5 or $10 for this book, just to see what they had to say in it. So that's the first insight that I seen, was a 15-minute notification to CYA, right? The second insight that I had on making that video was that the little automated voice was telling people have 14 days, 14 days, 14 days, this, that, and the other, blah, 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 right? Well, us as preppers and survivalists and things like that, we've pretty much got all that kind of stuff, But it just gave me something to think about. Just a little reminder that we can't rest on our laurels, especially when everybody's seeming to be trigger happy. But another thing that I wanted to talk with y'all about. And this is more, I don't know, this is forethought, foreshadowing, I don't know. But when I did that video, I just happened to put 6 missiles launched. Well, yesterday, hey darling, tried calling you. That's okay. Anyway, was that yesterday they had the 6 missiles launched by Ukraine. But in the video that I had done, it was the opposite. It was Russia had launched 6 videos. I just thought it was something coincidental, things like that. You know, hold on a minute. I gotta empty this ashtray. Okay, I'm back. I'm out of space. Just walked in. I've got that look upon my face. But yeah. I thought that was kind of odd. That kind of tripped me out a little bit on that 6 missile thing. I was like, okay, am I onto something or what? So, I'm sitting here and I'm catching up on some non-mainstream media commentary, regurgitation. And I was watching this video. I was talking about taking out all these government, you know, that D.O.G.E. To me, that says doggy. But they say it's Doge. But it's not hyphenated, so how can it be Doge? I can just look at it as doggy. Department of Government Efficiency. Yeah, let's talk about that. And they're talking about cutting all these things, this, that, and the other, which is fine. And I'm thinking, what are you going to do with all that money? Yeah, it's called doggy from here on. Right, coffee? It's doggy from here on. That's what I see it as, is doggy. I'm wondering, where they're going to funnel all that saved money to. Is it coming back to the people? I really don't think so, because this morning when I got up and on that Next News Network, I think that's what I was watching, shows Trump and all his super party, super administration, as they're putting it, standing over there watching Elon Musk SpaceX shoot off. That's where I think it's all going to go. I think they're going to refunnel it all into the space program, or the Elon Musk program. They had made a commentary about Elon Musk being compared to Howard Hughes, with the exception of the reclusiveness. And I'm sure some of y'all can remember who Howard Hughes is, or was. I remember watching newsreels with him on it when I was younger, before he died. But if you just really think about it, that Elon Musk, he is a pretty smart little cookie, you know? He really is. Makes me wonder what's really going on. So I think that we will be on Mars. We will have all that automation and all that kind of stuff sooner than what we expected. I really would like to to see our veterans taken care of. You know, our veterans. Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, Coffee, I agree. Coffee said she's still all the fits about Elon. Well, I'm not all the fits about Elon. I, what I'm about to say is, I've got his fucking number. It is what I'm saying. I've already come to my conclusion. I don't trust him because why? First of all, you would think this would make me trust him. But if you go back in archives, if you can find them, he warned us and warned us and warned us about the future of AI and about robotics as he was doing that very thing himself. But we got a heads up on it. Now he's got his foot in the door. Um, and he is all about artificial intelligence, Neuralink, you know, flying to Mars, all that space stuff, cybernetics, cyborgs, whatever you want to, humanoids, whatever you want to call that stuff, he's doing it. And he's telling us not to trust it. So I trust that part. The other part is he's too intertwined with all of that high-tech cybernetics and all that kind of crap for me. And doing research over this last year, well, actually what's caused me to really get deeper into it than what I already am most of the time, is that last year, you know, when everybody was making their predictions, this, that, and the other, my prediction was the rise of artificial intelligence. Well, while all this other stuff in the world's going on, give y'all a little blow. Um, uh, yeah, Elon, Coffee, I agree. He is like, he's obsessive compulsive with that kind of stuff to a point to where it is scary. It is. Mm-hmm. I don't think anyone who is not born here should have any power here. No office in our government. Yeah, I agree. But remember, Coffee, he's not holding an office. He's been appointed to a position with an oversight person who does have the political, whatever that other dude is, Hammurabi, Sukasaki, whatever his fucking name is. Suzuki Honda. I don't know what his name is. Patel or some shit. But I don't trust him at all. No government. Would that make me an anarchist? No. Suzuki Honda. I mean, for real, those are real names. Suzuki and Honda got mad at Mitsubishi. Started their own car company. Their own motorcycle company. That's words. But yeah. I don't trust him and stuff. But so as that's playing on, talking about, the SpaceX going and everybody standing there, like it's a G20 summit, which I thought was real funny too. If y'all got to see any clips of that, Biden's over there wandering around in fucking circles trying to piss on a fucking tree. That's my own commentary. And the rest of the world's taking pictures, their family pictures together, and they just walk off and don't even wait for Biden to join the picture. I wonder if they're going to Photoshop his ass in there later. Anyway, it's a little off topic, which I thought was kind of funny. Okay, so let's talk about this immigration deal that's fixing to go down. Worst case scenario. Let's talk about worst case scenario, because that's how I am. Always the worst case scenario and shit. Worst case scenario on immigration. They go door to door rounding illegals up. Okay, hear me out. We don't want these illegals in the country, right? They come to the country, they have to come legally, right? Okay, let's break it down a little bit farther. I know some illegals, and they are relatively hardworking, the ones that I know. Okay, coffee. They're hardworking, friendly people, and they did come and run away from their countries and came here for a legitimate freaking reason. You know what I'm saying? Legitimately. But they're still illegal. They come to me and they're like, they're deporting all of us. They're making all of us leave. They're, incarcerating us, confining us. They're putting us in holding camps or a concentration camp, a camp where we're all concentrated together for deportation. Okay? How does that look? In my mind, I go back to, on more than one occasion, several instances in history, not comparing, but saying this is how all these things in the past got started. A particular demographic, we don't want you in our country. We want you out. You're ruining our country. You're ruining this, you're ruining that. Well, our country was already fucked up before they all started getting here. The war machine, all that stuff was already going on before all this big hoopla about these illegals over the last 10 years. Okay? And it's progressively getting more aggressive and aggressive and aggressive to where now we've got illegal gangs fighting American gangs. And you see what I'm saying? You see the division. So they go and they're rounding all these people up. Well, what comes to my mind is WW2 with the Japanese that were here in the United States. They rounded all of them up and put them in concentration camps, holding camps, re-education camps is what they called them. At that time, do your research on it. They went and they picked them up from their jobs, from their homes, and from the schools. And they put them all together like that. And they were actually citizens. Some of them were, some of them weren't. It was just because of how they looked at that point and their ancestry. Okay? Still demographics. We're still talking about demographics. We go back a little bit farther. And then I think about in Germany with everything that occurred there and the Holocaust and how it started. And we're not, another demographics. Go back a little bit farther. And I think about the indigenous Native Americans, we're going to put it like that, the tribes, and how they were moved and reconditioned and deemed a threat to the country. And I'm thinking, damn, this could very well get fucked up real quick because, okay, we're going to start with the illegals. I don't care what fucking Trump says. I don't care what none of them fuckers say. Actions speak louder than words, okay? And their actions are showing us that they are willing, okay? We're talking about psychology 101 here. They are telling us and they are going to show us that they are willing, let's say worst case scenario, go door to door, behind every bush and every tree and every ditch and every hole, anywhere you can hide, looking for people who are illegal. Okay, well, how are they going to discern who's legal and who's not? Because you can't go by skin color. Okay? You can't go by what a person looks like to determine whether they're a legal citizen of the United States, because we are a melting pot already. So what papers will you and I be required to show? Our driver's license, our birth certificates, to show that we are Americans, legal Americans. You remember that movie that came out called Civil War earlier this year, and it was more on the aspects and the storyline of the journalist. And in one of the scenes, that old boy, I liked him. He was in Breaking Bad too. He played a bad guy there too. He asked him, he caught him and asked him what kind of American they were, or what type of American they were. If the illegals have to show papers, and let's say worst case scenario, the military goes door to door. Let's say you have a name that sounds ethnic, say a last name that sounds ethnic, but your family has been here for generations and generations and generations. Like, you know, something that doesn't sound, let's say, air quotes, American. I don't know. Think about this stuff. If they have to prove that they're illegals, we have to prove that we are American citizens. There's where my question comes in at. How are they going to discern that? How are they going to round all these people up if they're not going door to door, business to business, high and low, looking for them? Well, what do y'all think about that? I mean, seriously, what do you think about it? Because this is where my mind goes. How am I going to prove I'm an American citizen compared to not being an American citizen? My driver's license, no. My birth certificate, yes. My passport, yes. So will we have to start carrying our birth certificates and our driver's license? Because Social Security card don't matter. You know, they hand them some bitches out like candy. Driver's license, state IDs, that don't matter. You can get them, you know, fairly easy. The birth certificate with it's being stamped and certified through the county that you're born in and the state that you're born in with the state seal on it, might have to be our papers just to get around. So I'm thinking, okay, how far are they really actually willing to go? Are we going to start with the food stamp line? Because, I mean, you can really tell on the food stamp line. You just go through their data system and say, okay, illegal, not here, da, 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 no American. No, okay, all these people got to go. Well, how are you going to go pick them up? At the addresses that are registered on their EBT applications, their Medicaid applications? Okay, so we're going there. What if it was a family member who is an American citizen? So they're coming into the American citizen's house and removing their illegal family members for harboring them. Now that we've got that established, are you taking that citizen, American citizen who is a family member of the illegals who was harboring them in their home, are you taking them to jail too? Yeah. Oh my gosh, coffee. I tell you what, that stuff, that, I tell you what, they're switching all kinds of things around. That artificial intelligence, it just does it on its own. You know, it just does whatever it thinks it needs to do. Um, and switches it up for you. This right here, let's change this. This book right here, How to Be Invisible, that's a really good book. I gotta make me some more coffee, okay? Let me make me some more coffee real quick. Y'all, entertain yourselves. I gotta make some more coffee. I would take y'all with me, but I don't want y'all to see the dirty house. Unless y'all want to see the dirty house. Do y'all want to see the dirty house? Okay. Let me show you the dirty house. The house really ain't dirty. But I will have to sit y'all down. See my little milk jug I got from Texas? You can buy this milk. This is some of the best milk if you'll ever come across it. Right here. Yep, that's my milk bottle from Texas. Let me put there's a good one right there. How about that? We'll use that. Let me get this started. So I've been thinking about that. How are they going to round all these fuckers up? You know? How's that going to transpire? Because part of the news, so they say, the news this morning was talking about day one, deporting everybody. Well, you got to catch their fucking asses first. You got to catch the families and all that stuff that's going to be hiding them. Then you have to figure out, are they illegal? How do you know they're illegal? You know, so you actually know where all these people are at when over the last several months, the government's been saying, we don't know where they're at. We put them on a plane and we send them here and we send them there, and they go to a motel and then they leave, or they just go from place to place to place. We don't know where they're at. Well, that would prove them to be liars if they actually do know where they're all at. They should know where they're all at. They gave them all fucking free cell phones. Now, is that jealousy on my part? I think so. Ding, 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 ding. Wake up, Belle, baby. Wake up, Belle. Coffee time. Second cup of coffee this morning. Second cup of coffee. I like my instant coffee. It did take a little bit of time to get used to, but when you got shitloads of it, you got to drink some of it. Especially some of this coffee that I've been drinking on. Let me see. It's a couple years old, you know. But it needed to be drank. It needed to be drank. I gotta sit on the pillow because that chair makes my back hurt. You know. So, how is that gonna... All right, Dawn says she thinks if you've been here for about 5 to 10 years, you have a job and cause no problems, you should become a citizen. Well, for one, that makes sense because they are working, they are being they are contributing to society by paying their taxes on whatever it is that they buy, okay? And I do believe that them becoming a citizen, they would want to start with the process. My understanding that the process is so backlogged that, it might take 5 to 10 years just to get in front of a judge just to try and apply for your citizenship, and then you have to take the classes and all that kind of thing, which is something I was thinking about volunteering at, is with the they have little pockets in every community where you go to get your citizenship and you have to take classes. And I was thinking about volunteering to help some of them, like tutor them in English, because believe it or not, they say English, besides Chinese, um, is one of the hardest languages to learn as far as sentencing and, writing and all that, English geek shit. Wasn't an English major. But you know what I'm saying, hopefully. But yeah, I think that works. Now, there are some that I know have been here like 25 years, and they're still not American citizens. They don't care to be an American citizen. But they benefit from all the things that American citizens would benefit for. And these individuals that I know, they actually send their money back to Mexico, and they get a lot of stuff here, and well, up until here recently, I think the last year and 2 years, we'll say 2 years, they haven't really been able to get to the border very effectively to take all kinds of things back over there, where they take it to their family that's still there. And this individual ended up having two families, a full family with grown children and a wife in Mexico, and a family in the United States. And recently what occurred was his family from Mexico came across and are now living with him and his American family. Okay? And they're illegals they came across. And so, it gets real messy. But it goes back to the American family. Okay, these are illegals. How are they going to track them down? How are they going to remove them? Are they truly going to bring the military in? Because the military is not going to want to see anything but your freaking papers. You saying, I'm an American citizen, I'm an American citizen. Let me see your fucking papers. Are we going to have to start showing papers? I want to get behind the fucking curtain on this stuff so I can be prepared for it. Yeah. 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 I agree with that. Coffee. Hold on a minute. I got to get me a pack of cigars. So let's troubleshoot. I'm back from outer space again. This is what I'm smoking. Because they don't have my Supreme Blend, but I did talk to the old boy over there at the convenience store. I asked him if he'd order them for me. Because they can do that kind of shit. You got a favorite place that you go to, and you got a favorite brand, if you smoke, favorite brand of tobacco that you like, and they don't carry it. All you got to do is just ask the manager to order it from the cigarette man. They just put it in their little computer, and there you have it. Ding, it's done. So that's where my mind is going to. How are they actually going to do this? Now, we have our American rights as American citizens. But also, there are human rights. And regardless, and my heart tends to be more soft towards women, children, elderly, and the disabled, for those who are illegals. Because I can only imagine what their life was like in their country and why they would want to come here. Besides the obvious, okay, we're not talking about that, Talking about besides the obvious. Not because the borders was open and they were told to come because you could get all this free shit, okay? That's a really good incentive. I mean, who wouldn't leave your country if another country promised you all that kind of shit? It's sort of like, come to Colorado, we got free land. All you got to do is build a house, stuff like that. But we got human rights. So let's say they get everybody rounded up. Gonna have to hold them somewhere. No, Dawn, I haven't tried them yet. Haven't been back over to the store, girl. Have not. But I will, I'll get me some. I certainly will. I ain't forgot about them. Don't think that I forgot about them. I haven't forgot about those peanut butter cups over there at Aldi's, Dawn. I just haven't been back over there. We'll probably go over there right before Thanksgiving and get some stuff. We already got most of our Thanksgiving meal together. But, so I'm thinking, gosh, how are they going to round them up? Where are they going to put these people at? Is it going to be efficient? We've seen how efficient they were on all their things as far as some of the government's concerned, as far as housing people. See, I bet, Dawn, I don't know if y'all got like a Sonic where y'all are at, but I used to, when I'd eat at Sonic, they have those blizzards, and they put like your candy in there and they mix it up in a real thick shake, and I used to get the peanut butter cups. And I was thinking, gosh, I can get some of those peanut butter cups that Dawn's talking about and get some ice cream and mix it all up here at the house. I already gained 25 pounds just thinking about it. Yep. I did. But no, that's just some of the stuff that's been on my mind. Here lately is how are they going to do all this stuff? Still be humane and effective. Now, granted, I'm pretty sure they're going to go for any male that even resembles anything other than, I don't know what. I don't know how they're going to do that without profiling. I have no idea. It's just going to be stop and frisk everybody. All over again. You stop every male between this age and this and this. And you stop everybody of, this look. I don't know how they're going to do that effectively. Yeah. I know, Coffee. I know. I guess because better for Mars, we better for Venus. It goes back to Elon Musk again. Why does he want to go to freaking Mars? Why do he want to go to Venus? Anyway. Yeah, these are some of the things that I think about and stuff. I appreciate y'all being in here and stuff. This is about the only time I can really do lives, or even see anybody's lives. That's why I'm doing a lot of team replay stuff, because by the time most everybody else comes on, I'm already in bed. I'm crawling in bed, 7 o'clock, 6:37, 6 o'clock. I'm getting ready for bed. 7 o'clock, I'm there. 8 o'clock, I might be asleep. And I just ain't been able to get around to those lives that we usually see each other in and stuff. So I always try and leave comments and things. What I have found is I haven't been getting notifications on a lot of people's stuff, so I'm having to go into my subscriptions where I'm subscribed to and go to their page and comment on 3 or 4 videos or 3 or 4 lives or, replays or community posts and like them all. And then I start getting notifications again. Well, you remember this game right here? Remember this game? I did a video on it. well, I was going to try and do the affiliate program part of it, but you have to have a tax ID number to link it to your PayPal account. And of course, y'all know I don't comply. So I won't be doing that, but I'll do it. I'll do the shout outs, on it and stuff. And that's Southern Prepper 1 stuff. I know y'all have already seen all that and everything. But yeah, that's where my mind goes. And by the time the sun comes up, I'm just like, done. Well, that's my understanding. I've got a PayPal account already. But when I tried to do the affiliate through the WROL, to where, if they buy the box, I get $5, right? For that $5 to go, that's income. For that $5 to go from that sale, from that link, PayPal is asking me for a tax ID number, which would consider me a business because I'm making money off of being an affiliate for this company. That's my thought on it. That goes back to AI. Now, I don't know if y'all paid a lot of attention, but it goes back to Elon Musk, y'all. The FedNow, okay, it was implemented this year. Okay, your bank already has it. You're already signed up for it. Any bill that you pay, you're signed up for the FedNow, the automatic real-time report of non-fiat money. You're already signed up for it. Just accepting the terms and agreement or whatever, you signed up for it automatically. All banks that are FDIC insured had to sign up in order to continue to receive that FDIC from the federal government and to do business with the government. If you're a government employee, if you receive any type of government assistance whatsoever, it's already on FedNow. And FedNow is not just for the financial institutions. But I did not ask me for Social Security number, coffee. It said tax ID number on there. And I'm like, fuck this shit. But it is what it is. I don't get enough. I'm not on here enough to really push it and stuff like that. But anyway, yeah. I know it's sarcasm. So let's go back to D.O.G.E again, D.O.G.E, government efficiency. They're overhauling all the Medicaid, food stamps, Social Security retirement, Social Security disability, all those programs. Well, with the FedNow and the AI, it's all the same, okay? So to me, they're interchangeable. They can see that I'm an affiliate of WROL. I get $5 sent to a PayPal account, and I have not paid taxes on it as an independent contractor. Cha-ching. Here we go. Let's put a little bit more icing on that cake. I'm doing all this, but I receive food stamps, Medicaid and or Medicare, and Social Security disability and or Social Security retirement. I am to report any change in income, even the $5. And it's all electronic. So it's traceable, it's trackable. It has been done. So government efficiency, again, We know where every dollar's going. We know how every dollar's spent, even though you don't touch it. That's why I'm a firm believer still in carrying cash and only using cash, because it's still there. You can see it and you can touch it. Digital dollars, all you see is numbers. And it's really not your money anymore because it's in the bank. It belongs to the bank. Because if it didn't belong to the bank, you wouldn't have to go by their hours to withdraw your money. And they wouldn't be able to tell you how much money per day you can take out of your bank account. They wouldn't be asking you what you're spending it on. It's not your money once you put it in the fucking bank. It's not our money when it comes from the government. They can track all that stuff, everything, even yard sale stuff. Let's say I'm Social Security disability. And this plays a big part in what I'm talking about for my own personal experience, because y'all know my back has been jacked up almost for the last 4 years. The last year and a half since I got off all that medication them quacks were trying to put me on. And I complied for a little bit so I could get the services that I needed, because they wouldn't help me unless I was following doctor's orders. See? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, exactly, Dawn. Exactly, Coffee. Cash. It's there. It's tangible. You can hold it. Besides the obvious, it's not worth shit. You know what I'm saying? You know, the value of the dollar, whatever. Besides all that extra crap that goes along with that. I want to hold my money in my hand. So, Department of Government Efficiency. We're going to track every dollar. FedNow is in place. Do y'all see where this is going? Do you see the big picture? You starting to see the big picture? I know y'all are. Starting to see the big picture. We're just 5 years away from the deadline. You know, we're in it right now. We're in the Great Reset right now. Everything's getting reset. Things getting redone. But, yeah, that Department of Government Efficiency makes me wonder. Makes me want to say, Good morning, Nunya. You're a little bit late. We've been here since, what, an hour. We've been talking about the D.O.G.E. Department of the D.O.G.E. How efficient are they going to be? So this is Teresa. Well, looky there. Looky there. I'm glad you decided to come in here. I was just early. I know. I'm be early for my own damn funeral, Nunya. No, we were talking about, this is a thought that came to my mind. They're talking about rounding up all them illegals, right? Well, how are they going to prove they're illegal? They're going to have to show papers. Well, what if they pull me over and want to know if I'm an illegal? I'm going to have to show them my papers. What are my papers? My birth certificate, showing the county and the state seal, my driver's license, my state ID, my social security card. What papers am I going to have to show? Because they just can't go on, oh, she looks like she's an American citizen, but we can't really tell till they open their mouth, start talking, you know. I mean, Teresa. Yeah, show the papers. So I'm wondering how they going to round all these fuckers up. You know, how are they going to round them up? Where are they going to house them? Are they going to go door to door, business to business, cupboard to crevice, searching these people out? That's what we've been talking about this morning. How is that going to work? How are you going to prove that you are an American citizen or prove that you are not an illegal. See? Two sides to the coin. Well, we first got to figure out who they are. Coffee, we got to figure out who the illegals are, where they're at, and how they're going to get them out of there. I mean, in the meantime, there's going to be Americans in there too. Is Americans going to be coming out of their homes pointing fingers? Oh, there's the illegals over here. There's illegals over here. I got 50 illegals working at my company. Come get them. Okay, we're going back to history repeating itself. Granted, besides all the obvious that's been spewed out there, the invasion and all that kind of stuff, let's get down to let's micromanage it. Are they going to depend on American citizens to point the finger in the direction where the last holdouts are hiding? After I've had to prove 50 times that I'm an American fucking citizen? Because you're going to have to prove, they're going to have to show proof somewhere. Are they just going to pick every fucking body up? And then sort them out later? Yeah. Coffee, I was watching that thing about them gangs fighting each other like we was talking about earlier. The one thing that I ain't seen on any news station or YouTube or anything is that everybody knows the illegal gangs are fighting the American gangs. But I don't hear right currently now anybody's trying to stop that stuff. They're just going to let them fight it out, let them kill each other, take care of the problem. It'll be less for us to have to deal with. That's where my mind goes at. Just let them fight it out. Let them do all this stuff. Let them unalive each other. Let them do what they got to do. Just hope you're not in the middle of the crossfire, because 911 ain't going to save your ass. Here we go. Tinfoil hat. Grab it. Is that part of the plan to cause extra disruption? Keep your eye over here on these gangs fighting instead of what we're doing over here? So I'm very curious. Yeah, and they don't care, because it's collateral damage is what it is, Coffee. Stay calm, return fire. Yeah. Exactly. Stay calm and return fire. It's a pretty cool little book. It tells you how to hide a bunch of stuff. It's really hard to hide anything now. Take it from me. The only way it's going to be hidden is if this device that I'm talking to y'all on is crushed and I don't have it. To a certain extent. Besides the obvious. Besides if they're using their little technology from Neuralink or SpaceX or Skynet or Mars Venus rover to peep inside my fucking house and listen to me talk. Yeah, being in New York, it's bad here. And the overpopulation is the same, but all driving around with no insurance, hitting people and taking off. So I'm a bit like, get rid of them, sorry. Well, hey. Coffee. You're going to love this one. I've been telling y'all, I ain't going to comply with shit. I ain't going to comply. I will not comply. I just got Jolene, my truck, insured and registered and inspected according to state government laws, to drive from Texas to Florida. I had not had insurance, nor inspection, nor tags. I had some old fucking plates on my truck that were 4 years old. I have been driving around locally in Lubbock because, I couldn't really go anywhere besides to the grocery store and to the hospital with no insurance, no registration, none of that stuff. It killed me. It literally fucking killed me when I had to do all that stuff. So I had to comply with that crap. So I got the big head. Oh, now I'm real dangerous, because now I'll just say, fuck around and find out I got insurance. But, yeah, I was in New York. I had a art show up there. Good morning, John H. How are you? I'm glad you're here. Did you drive 90 on the shoulder and cut people off? No, I did 45 on the main highway and shot them the finger as they passed me by. Coffee. But Jolene, now let me tell you this. Jolene is 24 years old. I know, Nunya. Thank you for the commentary. No, but I made lots of left turns and wrong way, one ways. I know. That's literally the truth. My GPS kicked off on the way. I was leaving my son's house, headed to Nunya's and Frenchie's, and my GPS kicked off. I got a phone call. I didn't answer it, but it kicked my GPS off. So I'm just driving, headed to Nunya's house, just going to chill out there for the night and, get there a little early and just relax, this, that, and the other. By the time I noticed what was going on, because, I was smoking and driving. Yes, I was. I was smoking the ganja. And just cruising Texas farm to market roads, all these little back roads, 2-lane roads, sometimes 1-lane road. Good morning, Miss Meadow. How are you, darling? Good morning. And I look up and it says, Durant, Oklahoma, 5 miles. I'm like, what the fuck? I done passed up everybody. I'm already in another state. So I pull over and I was trying to get my bearings. And I had to turn around and go back down south to get to Jake and Ann's place. And I got there just in time because, I can't see at night to drive. And it was starting to get dusk. And I was starting to panic and stuff. And I got there just in time. And I was like, damn it, this damn GPS got me all lost and stuff. And I was like, if I would have just been using my atlas like I used to in the old days, or when I'm out there and everything is not depending on this damn GPS shit, I would have already been there 2.5 hours ago. Yeah. Yeah, see? But see, Coffee, this is going to be a little bit different. People had to show papers for the COVID vaccine, but they were still able to walk about and move freely without the concern of being detained to prove that they are American citizens. Okay, we got to really think about this stuff. How far are they going to go? Are we going to have to show papers to prove that we are not illegals? Or because they're going to have to show papers to prove that they're American citizens. So the dichotomy of it, it's mirrored. It goes back to those Reese, those peanut butter cups, Dawn. Peanut butter and chocolate. They go together, Well, not in Texas. Coffee. I'm sorry. I forget, Coffee. I forget you're up there in crazy land up there. I will show hot lead yippee-ki-yay, motherfuckers. Yep, D.O.G.E. I forget that you're up there. See? I forget, Coffee. And see, that's a whole nother thing. They've already gotten y'all conditioned. That entire state is conditioned. All of its citizens are conditioned to show papers, which goes back to, well, we did it in COVID. During COVID, it wasn't a big deal. We can go ahead and do it now. What the fuck? I'm not being ugly. I'm just saying, what the fuck is up with the government trying to play head games with the American people like that? See, they've already conditioned a lot of people to accept it. Okay, yeah, well, just get the illegals out the country. I'll show you my papers. I can agree with that. Wait, I got to prove now that I'm an American fucking citizen? My rights are still being trampled all over. You should know I'm an American fucking citizen. So it gets real slippery. There is still good folks in New York and Cali. Not many, but a few. I know Coffee is one of the good ones in New York. I know Hudson Valley is one of the good ones in New York. Let's see. Let's name them off. The Angry Prepper. He's a good one in New York. Let's see. Who else is up there in New York? Oh, he's not in New York anymore, but NYC OG, Real ID. I know Nunya, and guess what? We know this from being in Texas. I've got my Real ID. It's pretty much, one of those things. The funny thing about it is whenever I first moved from Texas to Oklahoma, which is a shithole fucking state, I do not suggest anybody ever going to fucking Oklahoma unless you want to practice your primitive living skills. That's all I got to tell you. Unless you're in Tulsa or Oklahoma City, you will practice primitive living skills. Okay? Oh, Dawn. Okay, Dawn, I didn't know you was there in New Yorkistan. But when I went up there and changed my ID over to Oklahoma, they took my Texas Real ID. And gave me that old rinky-dink old shit. Got back to Texas. Texas wanted to know where my Real ID was at. That they should not have kept it. All they should have done was clip the side of it, clip the top of it, and handed it back to me. Texas did not like the idea that Oklahoma kept my Real ID and gave me an Oklahoma driver's license at all. So I had to get me another Real ID. But yeah, and they say that the Real ID is also equal to your passport. I used to have a passport, but I don't anymore. I lost it somewhere in a drunken stupor some fucking where when I used to drink alcohol and liquor. I do a lot of dope. Just saying. Yeah. But yeah, Oklahoma was a fucking shithole. I hate Oklahoma. But so they've already conditioned the country. Okay, so you see where all the big pictures fitting in now? Start putting all these little pieces in. The puzzle's starting to come together. And you see the big puzzle. It's got a picture of the world. And it says, The Great Reset, 2030. There's your big picture. This is how it's all coming together. Only for Canada and Mexico. Can't use it for a passport anywhere else. I'll tell you what. Well, none of you can verify this. That border down there on Texas, Mexico is a shit show, hellfire, hot, dangerous place. It's dangerous down there. For real. You better be packing. You go down there by that border. And showing. Yep. Yep. Canada, they don't let people like me in Canada any fucking way. Uh, Mexico would let me in, but not Canada. Just saying. They may not now. But yeah. So that's where my mind is at on all this deportation stuff, because we got word salad right now. We're taking them out of here. We're shipping them back. We're pulling in the military. Oh no, you can't do that. You can't use military for that kind of stuff. Oh, guess what an executive fucking order is called? Guess what a national emergency allows him to do? National emergency. Military called in. Where's the words that aren't fitting in the blanks? The words that they're not saying. Martial law? A form of martial law? Show your fucking papers. I know you ain't leaving. And you know what? I ain't changed nothing over. Everything I got is still registered in Texas. Gonna stay in Texas. It is. Right now, you couldn't find me in Florida without me telling you. We got AC. Texas is where I like to go, but hubby won't. Says, now look, okay, coffee. It's like this. Y'all up there in New York, y'all get that bitter, bitter cold, and it's damp and wet. Texas is so large. It's not hot in all of Texas. Some places are very pleasant. I've never been to Canada, Dawn, ever. But Corpus Christi, man, I love my state of Texas, but Corpus Christi is like a touristy town. It is nice. You have to be careful on the beach because they do get that flesh-eating bacteria because of the Gulf and everything, and all the pollution in the Gulf. But they do put warnings out on that. Yeah. Yeah, it is hard to get warm at negative 30. And but the heat in Texas, it is a dry heat. And you can stay cool. And there are ways to stay cool, because there's plenty of times there's roofers and there's people working and it's 110, 115 degrees. But you get acclimated to it, just like anywhere else. Nacogdoches. Well, you're close, yeah. Nacogdoches. It actually says Nacogdoches. Expialidocious. Nacogdoches is beautiful. Like, you got East Texas. East Texas, I would say coffee would resemble y'all's New York. Okay? It's got the pines. It's green. Okay? Then you have Central Texas, which is real hilly, and it's beautiful. Lots of lakes and streams, and lots of lakes and streams all over Texas, actually. So you got Central area. You got what they call the hill country. Then you got North Texas, which gets winters and cold time, but not as bad as y'all do up there in New York. Then you got the Panhandle up there by where Lubbock was at, and Amarillo, which they get cold. And they actually get snow, but not on the level that y'all get in New York. But that cold will cut you to the bone because it's got that wind pushing it. And then you got West Texas, which is pretty much desert. There's water out there and stuff. And it's flat, and it's, a lot of people call it boring. But it's beautiful in its own right, and it's got oil, but there's oil all over the state. And then you got South Texas. And you got Big Bend National Park down there, which is really beautiful. Went hiking down there. I got stung by a hornet down there. Uh, but yeah, you got that area, which is the Rio Grande Valley and everything is beautiful. It's all beautiful. Um, so the farther west you go and the farther north you go in Texas, the warmer and drier it will get. But yeah, it just takes some acclimated. Yeah, Texas smells. Yeah, West Texas does smell like money. That nasty ass H2S. I can't stand that stuff. That stuff makes me sick. It makes everybody sick. It'll kill you. Um, yeah, I've been to New York City, Soho, Manhattan. All that stuff before. I loved it. There was this. Well, I went up there. Well, I went up there for an art show because some of y'all know, some of y'all don't know. I used to be an artist in a previous life, but I had my own studio and my own gallery. Anyway, went up there for a show, and I'm walking around from Texas doing my thing, and there's this man sitting on a bucket, and he looked like Big Chief, like, the Indian Big Chief, the stereotypical Indian Big Chief. And he's sitting there holding a sign. Says he's trying to get money to get back to the reservation. And he definitely looks like an Indian out of, Lone Ranger. You know what I'm saying? And so I sat down and I started talking to him. I don't know this man from anybody. And I asked him, where he's from. I think he was telling me he was like from Nevada, and his tribe and things like that. And then I was like, well, how long you been trying to get back to the reservation? He said, 3 years. I said, you've been sitting here for 3 years? He said, yeah. I said, well, where do you live? And he pointed behind him, and there's a split between those buildings. Not very wide, probably about 2.5, 3 foot split between those skyscrapers. He said, I live right back there in that box. I said, oh, so you really ain't trying to get back. You just panhandling. Because I'm thinking, this was back in 2001, April 2001. I was thinking, you've been trying to get back to the reservation for 3 years, and for 3 years you've been sitting here holding this damn sign. And you haven't gotten enough money together for a freaking bus ticket. I was like, well, it was nice talking to you. I didn't put no money in his cup. I figure you got a pretty good little game going. Yeah. Yeah. Wow. Wow, did you? Thank you for going up there and helping them folks. Thank you very much. But yeah, so that's what I think is all this entire live is about. Is just looking at the big picture, see how they're just adding the little pieces. And see, this ain't no 100-piece puzzle. It's not a 500-piece puzzle. It's like a 2,000, 3,000-piece puzzle where you can't, and the pieces are so small, but they all, they'll all fit together eventually, and you'll have your big picture there. But yeah, that's just something. This is marker calendars. I'm waiting to see how this identification shows. Prove it. Department of Government Efficiency, D.O.G.E. D.O.G.E, where's your doggies? Yippee-yi-yay, doggy. Uh-huh. It's still very disturbing, Nunya. It's still very disturbing, especially after you learn the truth of it, right? It is. These freaking new cigars will not stay lit. Shit. So let's see what else we got. Okay, so we got How to Survive an Atomic Attack, American Guide to Working Through the Bullshit. I got this little book, How to Make a House in the Wilderness, which I already knew how to do that. Of course, I got my first aid bushcraft books, little library stuff. I've read all these books time and time again. I got that How to Disappear Completely for Survival. That's a pretty cool little book. Very simple. Yeah. Dawn, why do you have to be a party pooper? Tell us shit we all gonna die. Is it Wednesday? Fuck. Is it Wednesday? Is it? It is Wednesday. We all gonna die Wednesday, Dawn. We are. Well, you know, a lot of times I tell people the moment you're born, you start to die. Yep. I know that's right, Nunya. Okay, so I have been without a phone, and I was hoping that they would cut that son of a bitch off because it's a government phone. It's a bomber phone. It's a bomber phone. It's free government assistance. Duh. Anyway. Well, Coffee, I appreciate you, darling. I do. I truly appreciate you. I'm glad you came in. Thank you very much. The shower is optional. You do have to eat some breakfast. The PT, you know, I tell you what, is that for physical therapy or party time? If she's going to party time at 8:30, you know, already know. All right, Coffee, you have a blessed day, darling. Miss Meadow, are you still in here? Okay. Yeah, she made that clear real quick, didn't she, y'all? Coffee said physical therapy. All right. You go ahead with your party time. Damn dogs are still sleeping. I know Oscar, he got up. He gets up with me and Tomcat. He don't sleep in the bed or anything, his own bed, but he wakes up, let him out, and then he goes back to bed. You know. Yeah. Everything's coming together here. Shit, planted a whole bunch of stuff. Nothing came up. Dug it all up. I think it was the seeds, because through them pumpkins back there, and them damn pumpkins are coming up, and the potatoes that we had, went ahead and pulled them out. There was no potatoes in there whatsoever. I don't know where the potatoes went, but they fucking disappeared. So I planted some cucumbers and some other stuff out of these seed storages. Now, hey, let me ask y'all something. Professional opinions, please. We're all professionals in here. When you store seeds, how do you store your seeds? Do you airlock them? Pickle dickle. I know. Don, don't even get him started. I put him my damn ass boots on. These boots were made for walking. And that's just what they'll do. One of these days, these boots are gonna walk all over you. Come on now, Miss Meadow. Get her going there. Come on, darling. Shake them hips. Well, the taters bloomed. They did. And they grew. And then the tops died and fell over. Okay? So I figured that was harvest time. Just one. I'm sorry, Miss Meadow. I got inappropriate laughter. She's putting on one boot. That's okay. That'll be the one, that boot you put in their ass. And put that boot deep in their ass. I love you, Miss Meadow. This is the only time I can get on, really, because every time, sometimes I lay down and take naps, and I miss your lives and stuff. And no taters? Yes, and no taters. There was nothing on the bottom. Okay, let me recant that. The only thing that was on the bottom of them, where the taters would normally be, was the skin of the potato. The inside of the potato was gone. It's like they had disintegrated. Well, that's okay, Teresa. That's all right. I'm glad you're here and you're listening. I'm just giving Miss Meadow a hard fucking time this morning. That's all. Because she got on boots, she's going to kick somebody's ass. Already. But, so yeah, there was nothing in there. Now, one thing that was in there were worms. But I don't think the worms could eat through all those potatoes. Yeah, no Sims ate them. I'm sure that they did. I've had the worst luck the last 3 years with planting a fucking garden. I'm starting to believe, I don't want to believe this, but I'm starting to believe my green thumb has turned brown. But so anyway, I planted all kinds of shit. All kinds of stuff. None of it come up. None of it. And so I went ahead and dug it all up, and I figured, well, if nothing else, I can work that ground and get ready for the spring to plant, get all the clovers out. Now, that's one thing that grows, is clovers down here, huge clovers. I didn't know you got tattoos this year, Miss Meadow. Where'd you go to get the tattoos? Potato. I know what you were saying. I love tattoos. I got several. I demand to see your tattoos. Miss Meadow, Nunya's calling you out. He's demanding to see them tattoos, girlfriend. And it's odd. It is odd. And Miss Meadow says, bite me, Jake. See, I told you. See, I told you. Somebody gonna get hurt this morning. Somebody gonna get hurt. That's okay. Nana, you know you're Miss Meadow's favorite Texan. Next to me. Ha ha. Y'all are great. So yeah, just keep this in mind. Keep it in mind. Let's see how this plays through. I'm really curious to see how they're going to do it. Of course, they're not telling us on how they're going to do all this deportation and apprehension and custody taking and all that of these people. But keep that in mind. Share it if y'all find anything out, you see anything. And he gets a heart too. You know, there's a little tad bit of jealousy there. But anyway, I love y'all. Are you talking about Floridans? I ain't in Florida. I ain't from Florida. Okay? Look, you're going to start. I know. Stop picking. I am from Texas. I just happen to be in a different state right now. in a different country. We better put it like that, a different country. Everybody walks around down here barefooted and tanned. Barefooted and tanned. Even the homeless people walk around barefooted and tanned. There's a homeless guy that I see. He be sleeping on the grass. Just sleeps right there on the grass. Covers up with the blanket. He's so freaking tanned. It's ridiculous. But he could be tan. It could be dirt. Nope, you are where you are, Missy. Oh, Dawn. Thank you. Thank you. I'm honored. I'm honored. I'm honored. Yeah. You know, this is worst case scenario. You know how y'all know how I do things. Worst case scenario. Always worst case scenario. But yeah, y'all keep that in mind on all that, how they gonna 17 layers of clothes. You're the Stay Puft Marshmallow Woman all bundled up with one boot on. Stop it. Stop it. You're trying to be funny this morning. I know you are. You need an electric blanket or electric heater, little warming pad things. Yep, bug out trailer. That's exactly right. Well, I got my truck, and I got my feet, and I did do some research on hot wiring vehicles. You do know that it's really complicated to hot wire a vehicle, you know, that's newer. I say like vehicles in the last 10 years, they're really hard to hot wire. Because they got them chips, you know, that's why. Wow. See, okay, I'm going to share this with you, Mrs. Metal. It is supposed to be, I think, 80 degrees today. But there's a cold front coming in, so they said. And it's going to get down to 59 tonight, or something like that. The stars at night are big and bright, deep in the heart of Texas. Oh, the prairie sky is wide and high and deep in the heart of Texas. The sage in bloom is like perfume deep in the heart of Texas. I know it is. It's cold, yeah. But now tomorrow is when the cold front's supposed to hit, and the high here is supposed to be 60 degrees, and then it'll be into the 40s, like 43. I'm still like, damn, that's comfortable. That, you know, it's feeling, that's comfortable weather to me. That's big and comfy. Yeah, the sun's starting to come up. I've been working on some projects here to get some income generated. And so I think I'm going to start selling furniture again and redoing furniture. KP Heathen causing hell in Louisiana. Just goes around tearing up the roads and then calls himself fixing them. KP, I wanted to ask you something. Do you ever, after you complete like one of those cement road things and all that kind of stuff, KP, do you ever write your name in the cement before it dries? I just was wondering about that. I've been wondering about that for a while now. And I just wondered, do you ever write your name in the cement when it's wet? I think that would be really cool. Oh, come on now. At least a handprint or something. I used to do that. Miss Metal. Yes, he puts his name. Dawn says snow's coming next week. I don't know if they got snow down here, what they'd do. They probably just have a conniption fit. I know they have conniption fits in Texas where they're not used to it. It could snow a quarter of an inch and they shut everything down because it's a blizzard. You know. KP, how's your stray cats doing ya? Got the stray kitties coming up to the door. Don't say those 4-letter words. Ha 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 ha. I knew. Like, well, it depends on what 4-letter word you're talking about. I know a lot of them. I know it's a 4-letter word that I don't like to talk about, that I don't like to say. I think it's the most terriblest word in the entire English language. And I'm just going to say it one time, diet. I hate that word. And I don't hate anything normally. But that right there, that's more than 4 letters. No. But I don't like that word diet. You know, that's just ridiculous. Lake effect is a bitch. I've never seen it, never witnessed it, but I find it so... Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh. Kicked off there for a second. I kicked off for a second. Now I'm back on. Can I get a 5x5? Make sure everything is okay. Seafood diet. I see food, I eat it. Yeah, I just eat when I get hungry. In moderation, you know. I'll eat something filling at least once a day. 5x6, okay. That'll work. And then I snack throughout the day. 2x4. You know what? I done picked up a lot of 2x4s on motherfuckers. Sure did. The downside to that is you get splinters. You get splinters. But yeah, I just what's really taken me time to get accustomed to is the same thing, but it's 2 levels. One is the literal time change from going from Central to Eastern. And then as soon as I got here, or soon thereafter, they set the clocks back. So I'm still trying to catch my bearings on that, because normally what I'll do is I'll go back to bed about this time and sleep for a while, a couple of hours, 3 hours or whatever. Then I get up and I start doing what I need to do. Now, since I'm up now, there are a few things I need to do, but it's nothing major, but that's going to cause me to go to bed early again tonight. And that's the only part that I don't like. Oh, I love that. And you can make a little bit of money doing that kind of stuff. See, I got me this book when I was really out running the roads and bugging out. Yeah, I know. And now everybody wonders why I'm so fucked up. True, I lost like 4 hours, I know. So I can't seem to get my bearings straight. And right when I do seem to get my bearings straight, Tomcat calls me and I have to go pick him up from work. And I don't have to, but I choose to. And that's usually about 2-3 o'clock, somewhere like that. And then I'm ready to eat and go back to bed. But anyway, I love doing this. You can make some good money off this stuff right here. People buy rocks. I've sold a lot of rocks. Just picking stuff up, you know. But see, I need to get the guide for the eastern half of the United States. But I've already been looking it up for Florida, what kind of gems and minerals Florida has here, and they got quite a bit. Pretty nice. But what seems to go big down here are like them shark teeth. Them shark teeth are like $5. I know, Dawn. See, Dawn saying shit, we all fucked up. And we all gonna die, too. Oh, you got jokes this morning, Jake? There's no rocks in Florida. Cake, Captain Obvious. That's funny. That is funny as all get out. Shit. But see, Arizona, you can go dig for opals all in here. Silver, gold. See, Colorado has all kinds of semi-precious stones and stuff like that. Turquoise through here and stuff. Utah, turquoise. Oklahoma, they got some pretty cool rocks in Oklahoma. Kansas, I got a mag friend that lives in Kansas there. And Texas, there's all kinds of stuff all over Texas. I really like those geodes. Yep, they're all in Missouri. That's right. They're all in Missouri at Hutch's place. Y'all seen him digging up rocks? I tell you what. Those are some nice rocks. You know, I prefer rock houses. I don't know if y'all are, because I know none of you probably is. But rock houses, not brick, but the rock houses, I really love those houses. I love those houses, but yeah, you can make a little extra money if you can get out there and do that kind of stuff. That's the kind of stuff that I like to do. Just go rock hounding, fossil hunting, arrowhead hunting. There's money in all that kind of stuff. It just takes a little time to get it rolling. But I think that's going to be on my next list. Yeah, I know rocks ain't cheap. And consider you can just go out there and dig them up yourself. You got some nice ones on your place there. I was looking at those rocks. I was like, damn, those are nice rocks. Rock hound. Rock hoarder. I tell you what, I don't know. It's probably, my son was probably about 3 years old, so it was at least 26 years ago. I had so many rocks that I had to get help moving from one place to the other, and like pretty much one whole trailer load was nothing but my rocks. And I remember my dad saying, "What the fuck's in these boxes? Rocks?" And I said, "Yeah." He said, "You better not be moving rocks. I ain't gonna be making 3 truckloads on rocks." Now, he was exaggerating. It was only 1 truckload. Okay? But we had already gotten it all loaded up, and I moved all those freaking rocks. Do y'all? I don't know if y'all remember, but it had Lucille Ball and Desi Arnaz, and they had a little. It showed they got married in this movie, and they had a travel trailer pulling behind. Yeah, he's got a lot of rocks, Miss Meadow. And so he's pulling this trailer, and that trailer seems to be getting harder and harder. Well, Lucy was picking up rocks every time they stopped and putting them in the trailer for her flower garden whenever they got to where they were going. And all them rocks was making the trailer rock back and forth and stuff. It was one of the funniest shows that I've seen. Okay, the biter is up. Got to go take care of my boys. Much love. Y'all stay safe. Thank you, Donnie. You stay safe too, darling. You have a blessed day. I'm not going to be on here much longer. Just, just chilling and shooting the bull with y'all. Just talking about all kinds of stuff. But yeah, I love rocks too. And you can sell them, babies. That's what I want to get, is a trailer. A little small trailer. You would not believe all the stuff that people sit out front their house here for trash pickup. All kinds of furniture, like good wood furniture. About 3 weeks ago, Tomcat and I were driving down the road, and I was like, do you see that? And there was like 3 bookshelves, solid freaking wood. I got out and looked at them. And I was thinking, how am I going to get these in the bed of my truck? Because my truck bed is about 6 foot long. These bookshelves were at least, I want to say, close to 7.5, 8 foot. And solid wood, solid freaking wood. And I asked Tomcat, I said, you think we can get those in the house? He said, they're taller than me, and he's 6'1". And I was like, damn it, I really want those. Well, measured, no, they wouldn't have fit. We wouldn't have been able to stand them up. I hated to pass that up. But yeah, I mean, they put out all kinds of stuff. I was like, who needs to buy anything? It's all free. They just wait till trash day. And they just put it out. And I was like, there you have it right there. Free is good to me. Now, I won't take mattresses at all. I won't take, like, midgets or off to school. Oh, the little midgets. I know. Well, there was nowhere to put them, and I didn't want to keep them outside. Nunya, on those bookshelves. There's just, besides all the other stuff that we do normally with the lifestyle that we live, you know what I'm saying? There's no room for no big shelves like that, even to lay on its side inside the house. Freak. Strap it on. I'll be like, ding a ding a ding a ding a ding a ding. Settle down. Well, I'm glad you got the kiddos off, Teresa. KP is refusing to write his name in the cement. I wish you'd do it at least just once, KP. Y'all talking trash about Florida? Go right ahead. They're a bunch of weirdos down here. I know that they are already fucking weirdos down here. That's why I fit in so well. Oh, Florida's redneck, that is the best. I tell you what, you get rich. That's what I was telling Hopcat. I said, I'll go around and just pick all this shit up and then have a yard sale once a month on all the stuff that I found in the trash can, sell everything for $2. Made money. Made some money. Especially whenever, I'm not really wanting to comply with a bunch of their hoo-ha. I don't want to pay taxes. I don't want to give anything to them. I don't want to comply more than what I have to. Although people are saying that, you're using your phone, bug out. That's complying. Well, yeah, it is. Because I got to talk to somebody, so I got to comply. I got to use the internet, at least, the free internet, at least. I hate to go sit out in the front of McDonald's. They think you're fucking weird. You sit there too long using their Wi-Fi. I know, Nunya. I love it. But yeah, so I picked up this, okay, coming home from picking Tomcat up from work. We're going down the street, and there's this little end table with the drawer. And I said, get that, please, and put it in the back of the truck. And he's like, well, it's broke. I said, that's okay. I'll fix it. And he's like, okay. So he gets it, puts it in the back. And I'm looking at it, and it's split. It's old. It's like from the 1940s. Well, anyway, I did research on the maker because it's got a stamp on it. Now, and it comes with pairs, but this one was a single. See, there you go. There you go. $100 on a treadmill. Free to you, money in your pocket. So I did my research. If I would have gotten both of the tables and they were in mint condition, just saying, out on the side of the road, for those two tables, because of that maker's mark on there and who made the tables, they were worth $4,000 mint condition. The table that I got, with it being in the condition that I got it in, I priced it. Just alone, the table is worth $100 in that condition. So, of course, I'm not going to try and sell it for that. In that condition, I'm going to redo it. I'm going to upgrade it. I'll show y'all a picture of it. I'll post some pictures of it. Oh, I love it. Couldn't even load it, just tied a rope and drug it home. I love that redneckiness. See, that's what I'm talking about. Yep. Hey, I tell you what. They might hate you, Jake. But you know what? They can't ever doubt you. You know what I'm saying? You get her done. Get her done. Yeah, I've been wanting to start scrapping metal because I've noticed they'll be dropping a lot of aluminum on the sides, and that stuff adds up. But I got to be careful, though, because my back is still, giving me issues. It's been hurting real bad for the last 2 days. And I think it's because of this weather change. And my hip has been acting up. My left leg's been trying to turn around backwards on me from the damn muscle spasms, so I've been dealing with that. I know Florida is full of aluminum. But yeah, they'd just be sitting it out on the side of the road, and I'll be like, I gotta stop. But I'll never get to where I need to go if I keep stopping everywhere I need to go, everywhere that has stuff out. But yeah, we're limited on space. This is a very small place. Just for shits and giggles, this entire house would fit in your front room, Nunya. That's how small this house is. I tell you what, this might sound bad. Y'all can judge me. I don't care. It don't matter. Teresa, I'm fixed to comment on. I'd probably be rich if I saved all my Mountain Dew cans. What I used to do, I was hurting for money so bad, and I was still working. I was working 2 jobs and trying to run my studio and my gallery and raising my granddaughter. And I'd pick up cans everywhere. Everywhere I seen a can, I just pick it up, throw it in the back of my truck. And so what I started doing, here we go, is I take a small little small pebble, and put it in each one of the cans and then crush the can. And I would add weight to my aluminum cans when I took them to cash them in. But they were small little pebbles. Not big rocks, just little pebbles. You'll be amazed at how those little pebbles add weight. Just saying. That was so wrong of me. But, you know, you're trying to raise your granddaughter. You're trying to do all this kind of stuff. Yes, I will resort to criminal behavior if need be. Miss Meadow just wants to have coffee with Jake by the pool just one time. Jake? Yep, sand works too. It sure does. I think we're on to something, Jake. Next time you see me, I'll be driving me a big old F-150. Miss Meadow, take him up on it. You will love it. Price the airplane tickets. Just get her done. There ain't no time like the present. Just get her done. Do it. We only got one go around. You will love it. You'll love it. Jake, you can take her by and show her where, you're down by Houston right now. You take her by and show her where, Bush used to live downtown Houston. Don't be scared. I'm telling you, this is a tragic but happy story. I've been talking to and communicating with and following Jake and Frenchie for some years now. I want to say, at least, I don't know, Jake, correct me if I'm wrong, at least 5, somewhere in there. Because I remember I was out in the bush for a while, and I was in Arkansas, and I think I had come across, we was already talking on YouTube and stuff like that. But anyway, for years, Jake's been like, come on down, come on down. And every time I got ready to go, something would happen where I could not go. And then finally, when I get a chance to get there, Ann's not able to be there, and Jake ain't able to be there, but I'm at their place by myself. So I still haven't actually met neither one of them in person. I tell you what, it is what it is. But you know what? Jake and Ann are good people. They're solid people. And they are true to their word. Tina Ladybug, good morning, darling. Good morning. Well, Tina, I'm glad you came in. Fixing to get ready to go. Been on here about 2 hours now. And I was telling everybody that I got to come on early in the mornings, because throughout the day I'm just, I'm just spent, and by the time evening time comes, I'm not able to get, stay up and stuff, because I'm so tired, because we get up at 3 o'clock every morning. If time went away, that would be cool. We didn't have to look at the clock all the time. We just wake up when the sun comes up and do whatever we need to during the daytime and go to bed when the sun goes down. I'd be happy with that. You know what I'm saying? I'll be real happy with that. But on that note, I appreciate y'all. Keep your head on a swivel. Keep on prepping. And you know what's up. Ciao, baby.